What's going on, guys? Dwayne here from How to Build Credit TV, and I am back again. In this live stream, this is just a random lunchtime live stream. I will be doing another live stream tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, which is normally our live stream time, Mondays at 7 p.m. Central. But in this live stream, I want to talk a little bit about gratitude and being mindful and aware of the things that we have, the opportunities that we are afforded, and just how fortunate we are to be in the United States. I just came back from Jamaica yesterday, which was Sunday, with my dad. I was supposed to go on the trip. It was supposed to be me, my son, and my dad. But my son wasn't able to go on the trip because he was supposed to start working at Amazon, and he was supposed to start Wednesday, which just passed. So our trip was Tuesday to Sunday, which was yesterday. And man, what an incredible trip. The last time I went home to Jamaica was July 2020. So November. So it's a little over a year since the last time that I've been home. And man, going home is it's always an incredible experience. And this time was no different, so every time I get to go out of the country, it really makes me appreciate just how fortunate we are here in the United States. And there's so many things for us to be grateful for, and it's just incredible. I mean, it's cool to go home because there's nothing like going to the place that you're from. And for me, I came to Houston when I was 9 years old, so I left pretty early. But man, listen. Life is such an incredible thing. And I think the more conscious we are of being deliberate about paying attention to our life and, stop getting caught up on, the daily grind of life, which clearly is not easy to do. But man, I think the more we live, I think the more we should be deliberate about paying attention to what's going on, where we are. Life is definitely, it's in different seasons, and sometimes you're up, and sometimes you're down. And the thing that is interesting is sometimes you don't even realize that you're up or that life is going insanely well until it's not going well. You kind of have to have something to compare. Man, it's just crazy. I mean, I walked around without shoes on for the first time since I basically came to the United States, and the bottom of my feet were dirty, which for me is like an absolute no, like hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm super OCD. But my dad has a condo back home, and construction was kind of completed on it. So of course we wanted to go back and check on it and kind of do some research about like getting air conditioning units installed, because it doesn't just automatically come installed. You have to pay for air conditioning units. So there's no like central air per se, the way we have it, the way a lot of people have it in the States. Not all state in the United States has air conditioning that comes standard, right? Like some places in the East Coast, they don't have AC, in a unit per se. So yeah, we were doing some research and like, getting information about furniture and stuff like that. And so the floor of the condo is like this fake faux marble granite situation, and it's white, right? So it looks kind of cool, but the more time I spent there, I realized this is going to be a nightmare to keep clean. So we initially were walking around, with our shoes, but then after a while, we realized we can't do that, so we're walking around barefoot. Now, this is inside, okay? And my foot got extremely dirty, and I'm super OCD. I'm not about that. Like, I'm the type of guy that, like, if I go to a hotel, I'm not gonna walk around barefooted. I won't even walk around with my socks. I'll probably have my Crocs on because I just don't want to touch the floor. You know, because it's a hotel. Obviously, everybody and their mom is walking around that joint. This is a little different than that, but man, it's always so cool to see the same streets that I used to walk as a little boy. I used to take the bus as a little boy. On this trip, we didn't stop by this house that we used to live in, but we drove by it. And it's crazy. I used to take the bus by myself, you know, to school when I'm like 5, 6, like totally normal. You know what I'm saying? I would never trust my 5 or 6-year-old to do that, but you know, this is a different place, and different things are acceptable, but that's normal. 5, 6-year-old to be kicking it on a bus and like super smart. So yeah, man, it was an incredible trip. We actually didn't do anything extravagant. We did not stay at a resort at all this time. So Tuesday night, we spent the night at my aunt's house. And for the channel members, I will be making just a little bit of video. I didn't necessarily do like a video deliberate to show off. I just did some videos for myself, and I'll just kind of chunk those videos together and put it up for the channel members probably this week. I need to make sure that I do that. But boy, I tell you, it always gives me perspective. You know, I was talking to my dad as we were driving from Montego Bay to Kingston, which took like 2.5 hours. I don't remember how long it took, but it took some time. And you know, it's great to go home. And for my dad, home is the magic place. It's the most magical place. He loves that place. And so it was funny when we got back to Houston. And it was like, it's good to be home. Like, Houston is definitely home also. You know, the familiarness of being home. I can't say familiarity for some reason, but the familiarness of being home and driving in these streets and just the architecture. You know, as much as I like to complain about the potholes in Houston, man, Jamaica got us beat, and rightly so. It's a third world country, right? But it's funny, like, there are different levels of third world country as far as I'm concerned. But man, it was cool. I mean, I was just out. You know, we stayed at my dad's condo Wednesday through Sunday. Basically, we flew back yesterday. But Saturday, we went and visited family in a different part in Portland, or Port Antonio, Jamaica. So we drove down to go see them, and then we went to this little small piece of beach, because there's beach everywhere, right? It's an island, so like if you're on the coast, you can access the beach in like 2 seconds. And it was just so interesting. Water was super clear. I saw some fish swimming around me, and I wasn't even deep. Like, the water is like, you know, knee high, and there were like fish swimming around. It was quite interesting, but it just gives me perspective. You know, I'm blown away by the opportunities that we have just by living in the United States, you know. And I knew that I was a very lucky guy when I was 9 years old. It was very apparent to me that I was lucky because my mother has 3 sons that are older than me, and they could not come because we don't have the same dad. And trust me when I say I was very aware that I was very fortunate, but it just really gives me perspective, you know, to be 43 years old and to deliberately be paying attention to certain things in life. You know, I think if you're not paying attention and trying to figure out life and figure out what makes you happy and be grateful for just the simplest things, like this is crazy to me because, like, of course I have a lot of habits. Like, I use the bar soap till it's like almost gone, and the average person would have thrown it away, you know, once it gets to a certain point. And you know, I already know that I'm the way that I am because of my upbringing, and because, like, we just pay attention to everything. We just don't waste. We don't waste water. We don't waste electricity. In this condo that my dad owns, it's in a very, very nice area. I do nice area because, like, to the average person here in the United States, you go there, you're not going to think anything special about this place. Okay. But these are people that supposedly have money and may have some status, right? Once again, to us in the States, the place itself, the neighborhood, nothing special. It's kind of like some places in California. You can be in $1 million neighborhood in California and not know it because it's California and everything's super expensive. But in that area, people are so mindful of like their use of electricity. People don't use their electricity. They don't have fans going. They don't have the air condition running. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may run the air condition only at night. And it just, man, I'm telling you, it's so cool to kind of have that perspective, you know, and just once again, I've been very fortunate. I've been very fortunate in my lifetime to experience a wide range. You know, I will say that I don't think I was ever really, really poor. Maybe I was never poor, to be honest, right? And then I'm not really, really rich either, right? All of this is, you know, based on who you're, you know, whose perspective you have, right? But man, my life, when I think of my 43 years, I'm a lot smarter now. You know, I'm a lot smarter in knowing that this is a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, before the trip, I was super not wanting to go because it was just going to be my dad and I. Then my son was coming and I was like, sweet, my son is coming. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be cool. He's 19, you know, and it's magical, right? Like, my dad is 67 and then I'm 24 years younger. You know, I'm 43 and then my son is 24 years younger than me. He's 19 and I'm like, magical. So my son couldn't come and then that kind of made me feel some type of way. But quality time with my dad and watching him be free the way that we are free when we're home is just incredible. My dad is such a clown. Like, my dad went into this gas station with, he had a jeans jacket, but it was like a vest. So there's no sleeves, right? No shirt, jeans jacket, vest, right? And he has on one pair of shoe and doesn't have any shoe on the other foot. He doesn't have shoe on the other foot. No socks. All right. So he walks into the gas station, one shoe, one no shoe. And just something that simple, right? Like, I don't think he would ever do that here in the States. Now, my dad doesn't care, but he cares enough to make sure he has on 2 pair of shoes when he walk inside a store. But back home, in a way, almost anything goes because there's just such a wide range of poverty for real, for real. This guy changed our tire. We had a flat tire on the rental, and this guy changed our tire, and it was 400 Jamaican dollars. 400 Jamaican dollars ended up being, let me see, it's like basically $150 for every $1 US. $400 was $2.66. $2.66 US, right? So 400 Jamaican dollars. Now, 400 Jamaican dollars sounds like, oh, yo, that might be, you know, that might be money. This guy changed our tire for $2.66. I mean, it's ridiculous. To us, that's really cheap. But the problem is, to the people that's working, that's, you know, everything is expensive there. So definitely appreciate having that perspective and spending time with my dad and getting to talk to him, you know, and I really value that because my dad and I's relationship wasn't always good. Like, it was always good, but like being, you know, a child, we always have opinions about our parents and what they could and should do and what we want from them and the type of support that we want from them and what we're not getting from them. As a child, it's easy to see those things and not necessarily see the incredible things about our parents just because we haven't had perspective yet. So, you know, I remember my mom was like, you need to go with your dad. You need to help him, blah, blah, blah. My dad has back surgery and his legs aren't functioning the way that they need to yet. So he has to use a cane and his right leg is a little lazy still. I think probably he finished the procedures maybe like July, June, maybe the end of June. So it hasn't been a long time. But he definitely appreciates and needs my help. So my mom is like, you need to go with your dad, blah, blah, blah. And of course, I'm kicking and screaming like, nah, I don't want to go. But man, just going there and enjoying the vibe, just being home, and it's so cool because like I don't really stand out unless I'm talking, right? Of course, but I know enough of the language to let them know, look, yo, I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? Like I live in the States, obviously, but I'm from here because number one, I understand the language and I can speak the language. So it was just incredible, man. It's, if you're not paying attention to your life and to the moments in your life and being deliberate about creating moments in your lives, I want to encourage you to start to pay attention. Start to pay attention to just how beautiful the day is. As simple as something is like looking at the sky. It amazes me how I can look at the sky and it's like I've never looked at the sky before. And I see the sky every day, but I don't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? I definitely have been watching a lot of motivational stuff on YouTube. I try to when I work out because I try to keep my mind right because, everything starts and takes place and ends in our mind. All the actions that we eventually do in real life starts in our mind. So we got to make sure that our mind is good and we have good self-talk, and at 43, like I'm still learning how to balance certain things. One of the things that I spent a lot of time thinking about is the mistakes of my past and how that affected my kids and the experience that I wanted my kids to have. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about that type of stuff now, but I'm a human being. So of course there's going to be times where I'll be thinking about the past, like some of the decisions that my son is making now. I can't help but think how much different could it have been if things were different in the past. Meanwhile, I can't change the past. I'm not necessarily one of those people that's just positive. I can't do anything about the past. So then why spend time thinking about it? Right. And that's why you have to be deliberate in what we think about and what we allow ourselves to think about and what we allow to keep playing in our minds over and over and over and over again. There are things that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I'm absolutely obsessed with my success because my success, especially financially, is going to benefit my children. So that's easy to be passionate about, but, one of my brothers down there, who's my older brother, he's like he'll be 45 this year, December. Next month, he'll be 45. And then, is that right? Yeah, I guess that's right. So yeah. And so he's going through a hard time and I'm just like, yo, just one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? I take comfort in knowing that if I want a better and brighter future, I can control that by the choices that I'm making today, not this week, not this month, not this year, this day. And so I spend time being deliberate about the choices that I choose to make, and it's a constant battle, but it's a good one. It's one that we are privileged to fight, the battle of trying to be a better version of yourself, trying to be a better parent, try to be a better sibling, try to be a better son. One of my dad's friends came and visited us and she was talking about, she was talking to my dad and she's talking to me also because I was there and she knew me since I came to the States, since I was 9, basically. And so she's talking about her son, and my dad is saying, yeah, it's good. It's good when your kids, he was talking about me, but he was saying it's good because I have a son that cares about me and is helping me, and is not doing like a haphazard job. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very good to have the perspective that I do now of life because, in a way, it's an honor. It's a privilege to be able to serve my parents. That's not necessarily something that I felt definitely 10 years ago. Nah, 10 years ago, nowhere on my mind to like serve and honor my parents type of thing. And since they're both kind of in a fragile state now, it's an honor to be able to spend time with my dad because, I don't necessarily operate like, oh, life is short, life is a gift, do live it to the max. I don't necessarily operate that way, but at the same time, I'm very aware of the moments in my life. And I'm not talking necessarily big moments, right? Because some of those are easy to pay attention to. But I'm definitely aware of the moments in my life. And it's just good to have perspective, So my dad is saying he wants to go back home in February. So, that's literally right around the corner. And as much as I was kicking and screaming about going on this trip in November, I'm looking forward to February. And I, once again, didn't do anything extravagant. Literally, we went to the beach once, which was Saturday. I drove my dad here to talk to this person, to drop this off for this person, to drop that off for that person. That's basically our trip, and it was so interesting because like the days went by very, very slow, except Saturday, of course, because I had fun on Saturday. But the days went by so slow because I was out of my routine, and there was no, at my dad's place, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no TV, nothing is set up yet, right? So it's just us and our thoughts and, reading, if you want to read. And I've been reading a book, so that's kind of cool, which I didn't read any of until Sunday on the plane flying back to Houston. But yeah, man, I just, I want to encourage people to keep fighting the good fight, keep looking ahead, keep thinking. Our future is absolutely insanely bright, and we're going to be able to accomplish the things that we want to if we are deliberate about noticing today and paying attention to today. And what am I doing today? And what kind of person am I today? I remember when I used to look at other people, like let's say people that are mentor, people that you like, you like the way they treat people, you like how they talk. And I remember thinking, and of course this is a bunch of different people. And I remember thinking, I want to be like that. I want to be like that. I want to have a good relationship with whomever, I want to make, everybody feel special. I want to make sure my kids know that I love them. I want to make sure that my woman knows that I love her and that I support her and that I uplift her and all of those things. And so, throughout the years, I've been deliberate about paying attention to that stuff and making sure that I express how I feel, especially if I feel positive vibes or positive feelings towards somebody. I want to make sure that they know, and I'm sure a lot of that has to do with perspective and age, but it doesn't automatically come, right? Wisdom does not automatically come with age if you're not deliberate, if you're not paying attention. And I'm just grateful for being in a space where I'm paying attention and it's deliberate. I mean, I've had great conversations with my dad. One of my cousins, who she's like a couple of years older than me, she was in the car. We picked her up and her son, and we picked them up last year too, and we kicked it with them. We spent time with them, and family time is the best, especially when it's a snapshot. When it's a short amount of time, family time is the absolute best. And of course, I'm driving, in Jamaica, and this is my second time driving in Jamaica. The first time was July 2020, right? And so because I know that the way we are in Jamaica and like people are aggressive, I know how to handle myself, and I like driving. Obviously, I drive Uber, right? Haven't driven in a minute, but I drive Uber. And so my cousin, she texted me yesterday, and she texted me, "I like the way you handle yourself on the road." And I'm like, well, trust me, I get a lot of practice, because you got to drive a certain way. And the driving in Jamaica is not easy. And it's very obvious when somebody is not from that country and they're on the road. first and foremost, the steering wheel is on the right side of the car. It's not the left side like it is here in the States. It's the right side because we were influenced by the British. Anyway, so it's the right side. Okay. And then so that means you drive on the opposite side of the road. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. But man, I just, I encourage anyone that's watching this video, clearly this has nothing to do with credit, but that's okay. It doesn't have to, because, in a weird way, you can tie it in if you really want. But, I just want to encourage you guys, man, be grateful for the wonderful opportunity that we have just living in the United States. I'm certainly not entitled to the opportunities that I have, and going home makes me appreciate being in the United States, and it makes me appreciate the opportunities that we have. We have so many opportunities here, even something as simple as working at McDonald's or Walmart or wherever, just to have the opportunity to work somewhere is huge. When I visited my cousins, there is no McDonald's, there is no Walmart. They had like 1 and 2 fast food places. And of course, then there's a lot of other local places, but there's only so many jobs that the place has. If, let's say the place had 3,000 jobs, okay, which is clearly too much, but let's say 3,000. I mean, it's irrelevant that we have 3,000 jobs if we have 200,000 people living there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. There's no opportunity to kind of better yourself or dig yourself out of the hole. And so I don't know, man, it was a great privilege for sure, and honor to go. And it always will be, because, in a weird way, it's so funny because home is home and it feels good. And then Houston is also home. It felt good to be back here because Houston makes it possible for us to go to Jamaica. Houston makes it possible for us to do a lot of things. And I just, man, listen, if you're not working tirelessly, relentlessly towards your goals and dreams, what are we doing? You know what I mean? It's no one else's job but ours to make our dreams come true. No one else's. No one else's. And I love it. It's incredible. I love hearing that we're the author of our own stories. You know what I'm saying? If our life sucks in this particular moment, in the next chapter, literally, you end this chapter of your life and the next chapter can be a brand new chapter. It's our story to tell, it's our lives to live. If you're, once again, not pursuing your goals, relentlessly, you definitely have to take a look at what you're doing and, feed yourself positive thoughts, good stuff, and when you realize you're thinking trash, because this happens to me all the time, because you know how the mind is, it never stops. It never shuts the F up. Our mind is just blah, 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 all the time, and it's the same stuff. It's nothing new. It's like life. There's nothing new. There's only so many things in life. There's not a lot of things you could do that's new. People still fall for the same stuff that they fell for way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? It's still the same stuff. And so, I just encourage you to take action, be deliberate, and don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed by the task, by the hugeness of the task. If something is huge, then break it down in chunks, break it down in smaller steps, break it down so you can be successful even by completing a simple task, and build on that and complete that task over and over and over again. Just be disciplined. And then in addition to being disciplined, extend some grace and patience to yourself. Be patient with yourself. Yeah, man, listen, I had a blast. We didn't do anything extravagant. Once again, if you're a channel member, I will be editing or putting together this little video, just kind of showing little videos that I took from myself, videos and pictures that I took from myself. Next time, when I go back in February, more than likely, I'll probably do a better job. But when I travel, I'm not necessarily worrying about, like, I don't do travel videos. I don't do vlogs and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool, but like there's a lot of work and stuff that it involves, and I'm not necessarily interested in doing that. Just because I'm not. But yeah, I definitely will try to be a little bit more deliberate about, doing videos with channel members in mind as far as what you guys are going to see. But yeah, let me jump in this comment section here. Like I said, I am going to be doing a live stream tonight, so you don't have to worry about that for the people jumping on here, or if people don't jump on here, we are going to have a regular live stream tonight at 7 p.m. Central. I'm not going to stay here on this particular stream too long because, of course, I'm doing another one tonight. Let me jump into the comment section here and say what's going on to you guys. We got Points Blank in the building. Points Blank says, what's good, my brother? Glad to see you made it back from Jamaica. Blessings, my brother. Blessings. I mean, bless up. Yeah, man. We got Mr. Patel, my brother. Hope you were well. Hope you had a great trip. Just wanted to share that last week I was approved for the Amex Delta Sky Miles Platinum card. 10,000 credit limit. There we go. Flexing on them. I see you pull the trigger on that joint, man. Congratulations to you for getting approved for that card. That is definitely a good card to have. And I know for a fact you're going to make sure you use those points to the best of your ability. You know, I already know that about you. So that's cool. I appreciate you taking the time to share that with us. By the way, Mr. Patel and Points Blank Travel is a channel member. Make sure you go to their channel. Make sure you go to Points Blank Travel's channel and subscribe to his channel. But yeah, congratulations, Mr. Patel. Appreciate you, my man. I got the horn. I got the horn for you, bro. Where we at? I'm about to hit the bicycle horn. Nah, I'm tripping. Yeah, man. Congratulations, bro. That's freaking awesome. Mr. Patel says, I know how you feel. My family is originally from India. I have been to visit a few times. I'm so blessed that I live here and grew up in the United States. I see the struggles and sacrifices parents made for me. Yeah, for sure. And it's just incredible how entitled people are, as if we have any control what family, who our parents are, and where we were born. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't do anything special. If you're born in the United States, you don't do anything special to be born in the United States. You're just lucky, right? You're born in Africa, or you're born in a country that, Africa is not a country, right? Africa is a continent, but that's beside the point. But if you're born in a country in Africa or India or wherever that you just don't have, as many opportunities, you didn't do anything to deserve that either. That's just the life and the card you were dealt. And you have to make the best of it, So that's why when I go home and I understand, like, sitting on that island and looking into the ocean, and all I see is ocean and sky, for the person that doesn't have a way out or doesn't have the opportunity to be able to come to the United States to, work a simple job as McDonald's, you know what I mean? Like, somebody can do great things with that, with that opportunity. As simple as that is, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel you on that for sure. Camera Talk 305 says, hope you and everyone are well. Shout outs to H-Town and Jamaica. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you in the stream. I know you've been around for a while, so it's always good to see when you stop by. Leroy says, y'all be traveling to Jamaica and didn't bring grandma. Leroy, what's going on? This is my cousin, you guys. I'm sure he's probably not, Leroy's probably not in the chat by now, but this is my cousin. What's going on, bro? Respect, man. It's funny. I talked to grandma on the phone because, of course, Auntie Patsy called grandma. So my aunt was like, I was doing a little bit of work on the Wi-Fi Friday because we went back to her place Friday because we don't have Wi-Fi. So I wanted to upload a video for my other channel. And she was like, you're working, you're busy, you want to talk to your grandma. And I'm like, I always got time for grandma. So grandma, I did speak to her. And of course, she wants to come, right? So of course, I guess she needs to be cleared to be able to do that. But I know she definitely would love to come. And of course, Grandma, it's funny. That was probably one of the first times I talked to Grandma and she didn't ask me if I was going to church or if I find church yet. So it's kind of funny because she didn't ask me that. But of course, Auntie Patsy, she asked me, so where are you going to church? Which was interesting. But yeah, Leroy says, you're preaching because gratitude is so key. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. First of all, I appreciate you stopping in the stream. It's an honor to have you in the stream, bro. Yeah, I normally don't do videos like this on the channel, but I just felt, I felt it was key. I felt, hey, I'm gonna do it. Whoever's gonna watch is gonna watch, and whoever's not gonna watch is not gonna watch. That's understandable. But yeah, man, it's funny. I saw the name pop up in the chat long time ago, but I certainly didn't think it was gonna be you. It's a pleasure, man. I hope you guys are doing well, man. Mr. Patel says, my Amex offer for the Delta was 90,000 Sky Miles with 3,000 spent in 3 months. Too good an offer to pass up. I pulled the trigger on that last day. Thankful to be approved for a high limit. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Listen, it's hard, especially when the offers have an expiration date, to not jump on there. So I'm glad you got approved also, but also with a high limit. You would have felt differently if you were approved with a $2,000 limit. I'd be complaining like, man, because of course we want a high limit. So I'm glad you had a good experience. Tyrone, what's going on, my bro? Thanks for stopping by the channel. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. We got the YouTube experiment says, hi, Dwayne, Rod, Tyrone, Deepon, and family. Yeah, man, appreciate you stopping by, bro. Danielle says, hello, Dwayne from Rochester, New York. Thank you, sir, for stopping by. Appreciate you, my man. We got Dwight in the building. Dwight is a channel member. Says, what's up, Dwayne? You're back again. Yes, sir. Different type of video, but one that's important, and I wouldn't say necessary, but I'm on here sharing with you guys, in regards to credit. So why not share in regards to gratitude? Man, it's just my 43 years of living is so interesting, just kind of comparing from where I've come to where I am. And once again, I didn't do anything special to deserve it, right? I was lucky because my dad got a break and an opportunity to come to Houston. And, then he decided to sponsor me so that I can come to Houston. And it's weird because I came just in the nick of time to do certain things, to have the ability to do certain things in my life. Had I come later, my life would not have turned out the way that it did. But then again, and we were talking about that, my dad and I, we were, he was like, it would have been interesting to see what I would have ended up doing when I was growing up. Of course, I wanted to be a doctor because, of course, people in my ear, be a doctor. And of course, it was kind of intriguing, but I was young. And when I was there, I was sharp. I was smart, but I wasn't smart in the beginning. I had a whole bunch of help, whole bunch of private studies or private lessons or whatever you want to call extracurricular help, outside help. Never Stop 30 says, hello, peeps. What's going on, girl? Thanks for stopping by. Dave Sincere, what's going on, my bro? Says, what's going on, Dwayne? A lot of people needed to hear this, including myself. I'm dreading the drive up to New York to see my dad and mom. Not seeing them, just the drive. The video just reassured me I need to go. Oh, man, Dave, I appreciate you taking the time to type that up, bro. It's so crazy because, I am so spoiled, and I'm very aware of that, and it's just so funny because I'm telling you, before my son decided to go on the trip, which he didn't go on the trip, but my mom is like, you need to go. And I'm like, Mom, yeah, I don't want to spend the money. Because when I went in 2020, I personally spent a lot of money. Like, I really took care of my dad in that way in 2020. This time, I only paid for the rent-a-car. I think I paid for his check bag. I think I bought gas. Oh, my God, you guys. I bought gas, which was a little less than a half a tank, okay? And it was $41 US. So it's so crazy. Certain things in Jamaica is cheap, well, cheap to us in the States, but I paid $41 US for a little less than half of a tank in the car that I was driving. And I'm like, yo, I easily would pay $75, $80 to fill this car up. And I'm just like, this is bananas, but it's stuff like that. So yeah, I'm glad that you got value out of this video, bro. You know what I'm saying? You already know. I mean, I'm glad, like you said, you definitely need to make that drive. I'm very fortunate. I mean, I have a friend that does not have her parent. She doesn't know her dad. She only knows her mom, and her mom is not here. So, I'm whining about making this trip with my dad, and I do that a lot. I'd be like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't want to go. I'd be like, I don't want to do whatever. And I always have a good experience when I do it. So this is no different, but definitely perspective. I don't think I'm going to have the perspective of I don't want to go next time for sure, because I'm more aware that it's my job and privilege to be able to take a trip with my dad and share these moments with my dad. And they're good for me. It's good to be home. It's good just to hear my language and hear it nonstop. Yeah, I mean, it's an honor, straight up. The YouTube experiment says time is valuable and never on our side. If you have the time, do it. This is true. This is very, very true. Miss Gatlin, what's going on? Miss Gatlin, thanks for stopping by the video. It is a pleasure to have you in the building, ma'am. Hope you guys are doing well. Kenneth says, welcome back, my brother. Yes, sir. Thanks for stopping by, Kenneth. I appreciate you stopping in the stream, bro. It's a pleasure to have you in the stream. Bill says, greetings from Okinawa, Japan. You and Rod are among the best of the best. Rock on, a loyal subscriber. Yo, thank you, sir, for taking the time to comment. I know that I have not seen your name in the comment section before, so I really appreciate you doing that. That means a lot to me. And thanks for the kind words. It's good to be in company with Rod. That boy Rod is out here. Points Blank Travel is out here doing his thing, grinding. I mean, listen, I need to do the exact same things he's out here doing, but 3 years of YouTube will change. will kind of change your perspective. I feel like we're always in constant pursuit of happiness, of balance. Life is always a balancing act. Even when you think you have it figured out, it takes consistent energy and effort to, make sure that you're still doing the things that you feel like how to do well. It just takes energy. And, I guess it's about the type of perspective you have, or the lens with which you're looking through, like what you're deciding to see. If you decide to see that, life is negative, then you'll see, a whole bunch of negative things. If you decide that life is positive, or you see the glass is half full, that type of thing, then that's what you'll see, and that's what you will be drawn to. I don't know. I cannot express how fortunate I am to be at this point in my life. And somebody asked me the other day if I regret. They asked me if my mistakes of the past were worth it. And that's such a hard question. Such a hard question, because if I hadn't made the mistakes that I've made in the past, I wouldn't necessarily have some of the experiences that I'm having in the present. And so it's a very interesting question. Because for me, my mistakes of the past affected my kids the most. And my kids are definitely the thing that I love the most in my life. Definitely my kids. And the love that I have for my kids is so interesting, because, that love can be overprotective, and I was talking to my dad, and I'm like I'm a watered down version of my dad. In some ways, I'm not as tough, and I am not as knowledgeable in certain things, because of course that just wasn't my experience growing up, you know, because I was fortunate. And then my son is a watered down version of me in a way, just because certain things are different. But yeah, my kids are definitely the absolute most important things in my life right now. And, you know, it takes consistent and deliberate effort. But I guess one of the things that's really good about my kids and I is the beginning was so good. My kids don't have to wonder if I love them because, you know, my actions say that I love them, and I say out of my mouth that I love them. And my kids are afforded a different type of experience than I was afforded, and rightfully so, right? You're supposed to try to get better every generation, and every parent should want more and better than you had for your own children. I say should. A parent should want that because, of course, there's a bunch of parents that they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what they're doing. Like, I'm like, you guys are ridiculous. So anyway, let's see here. We got, let me see. We got Cinemadness in the house, who's a channel member as well. Says, Dwayne, I'm 41 minutes late and I get off in like an hour and 45. I wish I could have been here at the start, but I'll watch the playback. Yeah, I think the playback will be all right. Definitely. You know, like I said, this is definitely a different type of stream, but I felt compelled to do it. Especially since it's so fresh in my mind, you know, it's so fresh in my mind coming back from Jamaica yesterday. You know, it's incredible. You know, like 48 hours ago, I was in Jamaica having a good time at the beach, doing nothing extravagant, just, you know, eating good food. I bought some peanuts because we normally have like a peanut guy that pushes a cart up and down the street, and he has like a one of those barbecue shaped containers, you know, that like a circular cylindrical type of deal that you open, but there's roasted peanuts inside of a brown bag inside, and the mechanism makes a whistling sound. The barbecue deal makes a whistling sound, so the peanut guys will walk up and down the street and say peanut, peanut, peanut. And I got peanuts from that guy, random guy, because it reminded me of when I was living in Jamaica, and I would get, you know, peanut. And so it's incredible to have that type of experience for sure. But anyway, it's always good to be home and have good food. Cinemana says, you probably already answered this, but what are your thoughts on Capital One Venture X? I actually haven't answered that. Definitely not in this video. I was looking at that card a little bit today before I went to the gym, and I was like, okay, this card's not bad. Then I saw that, what is it, $395 annual fee, and I was like, I don't know. And that $10,000 minimum spend in order to get that sign up offer, I don't know, man. I mean, it's very specific, right? How many Capital One cards can we have? Rod, I know you probably know that. Let me know in the comment section how many Capital One cards you can have. I have 2 already. I think 3 is max. 2 or 3, I know for sure. Let me know so I can know. I actually have an offer here for the venture, for the business card with Capital One. I actually have it right up here sitting with me. There we go. Right, 1.5% cash back, 700 bonus, blah blah blah, 0. And I think this offer expires November. I've just had it sitting around for a while, to be honest with you. Okay. Oh snap! It's already it's already expired. Oh snap! It says applied by the 13th, and it's already gone. The 13th is already gone. You guys can't see that. There we go. There we go. The 13th. Yeah, I mean, so I already missed that, but it's been sitting here for a while. Hopefully they'll send me another offer so I can you know, deliberate over if I'm gonna get it or not. But I think it's an interesting card for sure. I really haven't done my homework. I just kind of skimmed over some of the stuff regarding that card today, I think, like I said before I went to the gym. After this live stream, I'm going to take my Honda and wash it because I plan on doing Uber tomorrow. I did not drive today because I was just like, let me just chill and rest. even though I didn't really do anything in Jamaica. Like, I should have been resting the whole time. But I was up, I don't want to say early, but early-ish. Tuesday night, we slept at my aunt's place, and I slept till like 9:30, which is, it was reasonable. It was like 9 hours, 9 hours of sleep. My dad slept till 11 something. And it was really cool because I was like, yeah, you know, he needs his rest. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, other than that, I didn't have good sleep Wednesday through Sunday because I slept on an air mattress, and air mattress wasn't a problem. And air mattress is not the problem, but that particular air mattress is trash. So it ended up being problematic. I struggled every night. But anyway, I was up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning except the first one. Points Blank says, D, it's funny you say that. I woke up this morning and the first thing I said, with only one eye open, I need to take a break. LOL. Yeah, man. Listen, I mean, it's good. In a way, it's good to, you know, be aggressive with YouTube, because the more you do, the more that you'll make as far as money is concerned. And, you know, just like in real life, right? The more jobs or opportunities you aggressively attack, the more money you'll be able to make, you know. And if we're really hungry, you know, especially when I had better energy, I don't really feel any type of way at 43. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know physically my body, you know, I can't play basketball and soccer the way that I did when I was 18, 20, 24, 30. You know what I'm saying? But I feel good, you know, and I know that I feel better if I lose some lbs. That's my constant battle is losing the weight, and like losing it and trying to get like more healthy, because I know a smaller version of myself is always a healthier version, just because that's how it is, especially for me. Mr. Sunjohn144, thanks for stopping by. It says, totally agree. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. And thank you for saying that. It says, great content as always. Thank you, sir. We got Latasha in the house. Latasha says, okay, Latasha, thank you for taking the time to comment. Appreciate you. Points Blank says, D, you can have 3 Capital One cards. Okay, so would you get, I'm talking to Points Blank, would you get the Walmart? Because I know Walmart they got a Capital One card that came out, I don't know, over a year ago. Would you get that card, or would you get the Venture X? You know what I'm saying? The annual fee is $3.95, right? I mean, for me personally, that's a turnoff, just because I have plenty of annual fees, you know, and I'm not trying to get another one. As a matter of fact, I just got one of the annual fees that I, you know, already have that I need to pay. So once again, I'm not in a hurry to get another annual fee. That is for sure. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to take the time to jump on here and just kind of, you know, do something different. Like I said, for the channel members, I will piece together some of the videos and maybe a couple of pictures that I took, just to kind of give you guys a little piece of some of the things that I saw. Once again, I didn't do like, you know, videos with channel members deliberately in mind. So it's just going to be my personal stuff, but I definitely will put that together and put that up so you guys can see it. I appreciate all of you guys for stopping by today and watching this. Even if you watched 1 second of the video, or 10 minutes of the video, or the entire video, I really appreciate you guys, just because it's different, you know. Normally when you do stuff that's different on, do stuff that's different as far as topic, it doesn't always go over well with your audience, because you train your audience as to what type of niche or information you're going to be talking about. Points Blank says, I would get the Venture over the Venture X. Ah, man, I appreciate you telling me that, bro. He says, I was not feeling the Venture X and that $3.95 annual fee and the 10,000 minimum spend. Yeah, that's definitely a turnoff. That's why I didn't even really pay attention. Tyrone says, Dwayne, you ever thought about getting the SoFi credit card? Tyrone, my brother, I don't even know the details regarding that card. I can look it up real quick though, because I'm just curious. I'm not really in a place where I need to be applying for cards. I don't need to be doing anything, which is kind of why I'm not doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to sit still. I'm not even trying. I'm sitting still. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not in a place that I need to be worrying about cards, which is good and bad. It's kind of painful because I can't get any cards, but it's okay because I don't need any more cards. Eli, what's going on, my brother? He says, what's up, General? Yeah, man, I appreciate you for stopping by, bro. It's always a pleasure to have you in the building. I'm doing good. You already know. I'm doing great. Coming back from Jamaica recently. And I definitely, like I said in the video, I won't be dragging my feet about going to Jamaica in the future, for sure. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you know, it's so interesting that like being the firstborn, I'm the firstborn from my dad, and the fourth born from my mom. My mom has 4 kids. So it's interesting being on both ends of the, you know, of the stick, being the baby and being the oldest, you know. I mean, by default, in a way, you know, literally, I'm a junior. So, you know, but it's kind of cool to kind of walk into that responsibility and not shy away from it. So I'm looking forward. Let me see here. Points Blank says, D, that SoFi card is cool. 2% back on everything. I use my rewards to buy VUG and VTI and Bitcoin. Cool. Definitely, if it's 2% back, I know I would appreciate that, because 2% back adds up very, very quickly, especially if you take the categories out of it and just go and purchase. That you can't argue with that. Tyrone says, Dwayne, SoFi is the next Amazon in the financial world. Okay, man. Well, shoot, I need to do my research then. Arno, thanks for stopping by. It says, big fan. Drop that knowledge, bro. Bless up. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, sir. Thanks for taking the time to type that up. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys, like I said, once again, for taking the time to check out this video. I mean, there's no thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing special. I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit. And, you know, plug in with you guys, because I know that I haven't been on here doing videos like that on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have over 400 videos, easy, probably more than that, you know, on this channel. So it can get, you know, it can get a bit daunting to continue to go hard and just, you know, be doing videos 3 times a week. You know, I did that in the beginning when I was trying to grow and whatnot, trying to grow subscribers. Now I'm like, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even worry about trying to grow the channel anymore. You know, it's just not even, that's not even a priority at this point, you know, because it's just for looks. You know, having a big YouTube channel in a way is just for looks. Of course, it's going to make you feel good, but, you know, I definitely want to make sure that I'm taking time to check my ego. You know, I can be absolutely arrogant and obnoxious and very big-headed, but I feel like a majority of that stuff happens inside. You know, like, I don't necessarily show that to people, because it doesn't really make any sense to do that. You know, it just doesn't make sense to just be, you know, obnoxious and overly confident, and that's not my deal. So, you know, worrying about where I am as far as subscribers, yeah, of course it's going to be good to have more subscribers, because, you know, the ego in me wants to have as much subscribers as I possibly can. But at this point, you know, I'm not even tripping. The fact that I'm able to make a couple of pennies when I upload videos, that's good enough for me, because that was the first hurdle or obstacle, you know. And before I was able to make, you know, fractions of a penny on YouTube, you know, I had to meet whatever the requirements were. And, you know, when you start something like a YouTube channel, you got to be passionate about it. And I'm passionate about sharing my journey and sharing information that I know has worked for me and that will work for the average person. It will basically work for everybody, technically, in regards to credit and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't, I'm not worrying too much. Arno says, very much needed to hear. Appreciate you, my brother. Tyrone says, Dwayne, did you know that Super Bowl 2022 will be played in the SoFi Stadium? I did not. I don't even know where that is. Where is that? I know it's not in Houston. The YouTube experiment says Fidelity credit card, I think, needs a $25 redemption versus SoFi any amount. Yes or no? I don't know that. I know that the Fidelity card is not a bad card either because that's 2% back on everything as well. Donnie, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by. It says peace, peace, peace. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my man. Mr. Patel says, any thoughts on the U.S. Bank Altitude Connect card? Eyeing that one as well. I prefer points and miles over cash back. I definitely wanted that card. You know, I got way too many inquiries, and I think you might kind of be in that boat too. You might have way too many inquiries to be worrying about U.S. Bank because, you know, U.S. Bank is kind of inquiry sensitive. I would think for sure, to be honest with you. Man, Points Blank is in here killing it, boy. Giving information to questions I don't know the answer. Appreciate you, my bro. I love it. I love it. Walter, what's going on, man? Walter, I haven't seen you in a minute. Says no notification, pleasant surprise. Walter, I appreciate you, man. I know you've been watching these videos for quite some time. You've definitely been around for at least a year and change, maybe even more than a year and change, maybe like 2 years. So it's a pleasure to have you in the building. Thank you for taking the time to comment. I appreciate that. Cinemadness says, Dwayne also made a big mistake on my Starbucks Visa credit card. I had the offer for 2 barista picks. Any size, easily worth $20, only valid this past Friday to Sunday. I forgot to use it. Man, speaking of forgot to use it, I have so many things that I don't use, you know, in regards to my Amex Gold and Platinum card. There's so many features on there that I just don't use, and it's unfortunate. It's kind of like the features on our phones, right? We got so many features on the iPhone. Like if I really want to learn, you know, how to maximize my iPhone or like my iMac or my MacBook Pro, I can watch videos on YouTube about tips and tricks and whatnot. So I hear you, but after a while I'm just like I don't even worry about it. But I hear you on that though. Mr. Patel says, oh yeah, I have a bunch of inquiries, 6 on Equifax, 6 on Experian Equifax, and 9 on TransUnion. A few of them fall off next year. There we go. Hey, man, listen, that's cool. That is very, very cool. I know I'm looking for mine to fall off too. So it's very hard to sit still. Very, very hard. I got a phone call from Synchrony Bank about my Sam's Club credit card or my Sam's Club membership, which I'm pretty sure was September. I hope the payment's not late because I don't even I'm not even signed up for like online account or payments for that card, which is really sad because hopefully the payment's not late. So I need to call when I get off of here. I need to call and make a payment on there for $45, which is real sad. It's real sad. I have never used that card. I got the card. I got the personal Sam's Club credit card and the business card, and I have never used either of them, which is interesting. But I think Apple Card is with Synchrony Bank, or at least mine is. So you know, I have a little usage with Synchrony. Hopefully, they don't close my account. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right about now because I will be back on here at 7 o'clock. So once again, I'm about to go get my car washed so I can get ready to drive Uber tomorrow. I'll vacuum it out, and I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. I thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching this video. Like I said, I'll be back on here at 7 p.m. tonight. All right. I'll see you guys pretty soon. All right. Once again, my name is Dwayne with How to Build Credit TV, and I approve this video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.